Somewhere beyond the recesses of time and space, two podcasters are set adrift in a machine, picking up transmissions of movies that are forgotten but not gone.
Okay, Truman.
Okay. What do you got?
You're stranded. You're stranded.
Yeah.
Picture it. Picture this.
I'm stranded. Yeah, we're stranded in space right now. Thank you. I'm glad you're on top of it.
Okay. But pretend it isn't space.
Oh,
Pretend it's a desert island.
What? Okay.
And pretend it's not me. Pretend it's a Hollywood superstar.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Who do you pick?
Hollywood superstar to be trapped on a desert island with. I feel like if I say the name of any woman, it immediately becomes a weird, creepy conversation. So I'm going to restrict myself to male Hollywood superstars, just
or are
so
you
as
being
not
sexist by doing that?
Ah, you're right. No, I'm as bad as Mike Pence not wanting to have a meeting alone with a woman. You're right. Olivia Colman or John Hamm would keep me laughing, I gotta say.
Okay. So you're like, we're just here enjoying ourselves. We're not gonna try to get off this island. We're just gonna survive on what we see. We're just gonna
yeah. If I have to limit myself to actors are some of the most useless people in our society. No actor is going to be a better choice for getting off the island. Like if it's The Rock. It's not like that he's going to be any better at this than Meryl Streep or Olivia Colman. The Rock, if he doesn't have his protein supplements or whatever, say, injections he might need to maintain that physique, he's going to be a puddle of goo, just like me. No, if it's Olivia Colman, we're having a great time. I'm laughing constantly. She is doing weird, funny shtick with coconuts or vines or whatever she's found, or is just always kind of got a cute little smile about everything. If it's John Hamm, I feel like also a lot of good banter.
You're
there.
The one with the cute little smile.
No. John Hamm is the one with the cute smile and the even cuter hams. Those are my two initial choices. Who would you like to get marooned with?
Well, yeah, I mean, to your point, if you want to get off the island, I feel like you pick Harrison Ford.
No.
He's a pilot. He's a carpenter.
He's not good, but is he good at either of those things? How many times has he crashed planes, Landon?
His son is a chef.
You're not with his son.
But maybe he's picked up something from his son, or his son picked something up from him. Listen, I've had Ford's filling stations onion rings, and they've haunted me my entire life. So
in a good way, I take
in a great way. I don't like fried food very much, but I dream of those onion rings.
All right. Okay, I still don't trust that means that Harrison Ford is going to be a good enough cook. To be, it's his son makes great onion rings. Even if Harrison Ford learned a couple of tricks to make good onion rings, he's not going to have a deep fat fryer on the island.
Okay,
you're not going to have oil. You're going to have onions. Okay. They don't grow in a tropical climate.
You don't know what's up with my island.
Okay.
On Stardew Islands, or Stardew Valley's island, I can grow onions if I bring a seed over there.
Okay, then I want to crash land on an island that has an airport on it and a fucking Westfield with a food court. Okay, and Olivia Colman and I will go and get Wok-Kano or whatever food from the food court. We'll have a lovely chat about her role on Peep Show, and then we get on the next Allegiant flight back to L.A. Bob's your uncle.
The other person I might choose is Daniel Day-Lewis, because
okay, that one I'll take. Go on.
Because one of my biggest fears about island living and being stranded on an island is foot injuries. And I feel like he could cobble us some shoes pretty well.
Oh, yeah. And build you a house like he did for his character in,
yes.
What is it, Last of the Mohicans?
Was it that? It wasn't Lincoln.
No, it wasn't Lincoln. He built a house.
Yeah, I think it was Last of the Mohicans. Yeah.
Yeah. He went in the woods and he did it with 18th century tools, and you gotta hope that he kept some of that. And he honestly, based on his method work, he could probably sew you some clothes as well. Little phantom thread action.
Hey, he's learned a lot of things over his career.
And if you should accidentally poison him with a meal that you cooked because you don't have the same skills as Harrison Ford's son, he won't mind it because of phantom thread. Okay, yeah, I think no, that's a solid choice. That's a really good choice. I don't know. I'm just racking my brain to think if there's any more useful celebrity out there who you could take, but I'm hard pressed to think of any of them. Is there does Bear Grylls count as a Hollywood superstar?
No, he does not. And that would
honestly,
be a cheat answer, I think.
Landon, even if he was an option, even if I could choose him, I would still pick Olivia Colman or John Hamm. I don't like Bear Grylls. I think he would be so insufferable to be around, and I don't even think he's that good at outdoor survival.
Okay, here's another question for you. Screenwriting guru books.
Yeah, I love them. They're all great.
Yeah. We know...
in fact, I have a library of them that I inherited from you.
Oh, that's... I was passing the curse.
Yeah, I know. The blood has been leaking out of my walls ever since. Cats getting saved left and right. My pool is full of popes.
I'm glad. Okay, you're listing them already. You have Save the Cat. You have Pope in the Pool. You have Darkest of Night or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Dark Night of the Soul. Yes.
Dark Night of the Soul. What is the axiom for pirates entering your movie?
I think actually I might be now taking one from Robert McKee's story. I think that's right. He calls that the pinch, which is like now
a pinch of pirate.
Just a dash of swashbuckling to spice up your movie. It brings out the other flavors. No, but like the pinch is like a reminder. Like more than halfway through the second act, after the midpoint, the pinch is like some reminder of like who the main antagonist is, or it's something that snaps you out of the subplots and briefly reminds you of it's like to juice up the story and help accelerate you into Act 3. I don't think that introducing pirates as a completely new concept to the movie at this point is really a good use of that. But I think that's what you'd call it.
Okay, it's pinch of pirates.
I don't know. It's the pirates in the pool.
Yeah, the pirates in the studio lot pool.
Yes. No. Don't you dare accuse this movie of doing it in a studio lot pool. It is.
Fair.
Yeah. This is a classic case of the character actors who all got a free trip to Kauai to hang around on a boat.
I want to talk real quick about Harrison Ford's masculinity.
Oh, okay. This would be a long conversation. Put some time on the clock.
Well, yeah, we don't have to take too long on it. Maybe it's a longer conversation for another time or over a series of times. But I don't know. I find tracking masculinity in films to be kind of interesting for myself. And you've got the like hyper masculine stars of the 80s, like your Schwarzeneggers, your Stallones.
Yeah.
And then you've even got your kind of like, I keep calling Bruce Willis scrappy on this show. I realize that. But
people have been writing in. Bruce Willis has been writing in.
He does kind of take on a different type of, we can call it hyper masculine, but it is like a guy's guy sort of personality or persona.
But somehow in a not super toxic way, I feel like. It doesn't...
depending on the movie, yeah.
Yeah, depending on the movie. I don't know. I just think about Indiana Jones, who I feel like many of us lads have aspired to be like to some degree. And he has a way of being a tough guy who is also kind of a dick, but not an asshole, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so you're getting kind of to where I've landed on Harrison Ford, which is... You've got the kind of hyper-masculine, toxic, masculine ideal, and I'm putting those in huge air quotes, of the Stallone and Schwarzenegger. Then you've got the guy's guy sort of masculinity in Bruce Willis. I think with someone like Harrison Ford and Kevin Costner, you have the ladies guy. Where, like, it's Harrison Ford leans further into this than Kevin Costner just because he has, I think, more range and acting chops. But
I get it with Harrison Ford. I don't look at Kevin Costner and be like, I see what the ladies like here. But that's,
But they do, though. Or they did, I should say.
Yeah, some of them still do. Yellowstone, quite popular.
Yeah. So, but anyway, Harrison Ford is like, he doesn't have the Orson Fortune syndrome where he enters the room thinking he's the smartest, knowing he can knock anyone out at any given time. Like, he enters a room and sees Nazis. His first instinct is, I better back out of this room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's always a little bit in over his head, and which I think makes him... that's what makes him, I think, so relatable, is that he's playing a guy who you can tell is... if you were in that situation, you would probably also be a little bit panicking and fucking up constantly and almost holding it together, which is the sort of thing that... and your Orson Fortune type, classic action hero archetype Orson Fortune, it's like the whole deal with his character is it seems like everything is easy for him and he's never fussed by it. And it's just, I don't know, I feel like, you mentioned Bruce Willis. This is the thing in Die Hard as well, is this is this action hero who the whole time is visibly frightened and getting hurt and fucking up and struggling with it. I think...
Yes, but what's interesting is, like, how would Harrison Ford have played John McClane in Die Hard? Because I feel like there's distinct differences, and I would like to know what they are exactly.
Yeah, I don't think he would have been as quippy. He would have had two or three really funny quips.
He would have played it like Air Force One.
Yes, exactly. He would have said, "Get off my skyscraper," right at the end when he drops Gruber.
Die Hard in the air. Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, because it's just, he strikes me as an interesting masculine figure that I think is not without problem at times, but definitely more complex, maybe.
I think he has more capacity. You get the sense that he has more capacity to laugh at himself in these characters that he's playing. Like, Indiana Jones will be fucking something up or having a thing go wrong, and he's never trying to hide the fact that he's screwed up. He's never, like, defensive about the fact that he's screwing stuff up. It's always kind of just like, well, that didn't work. Okay, what's next? Like, you don't get a sense of him being really aggrieved or angry in this. He's usually so busy just trying not to trip over his own feet and be kind of clever and get through a thing that you never get the sense that he has a bloodlust about him. Like, there's points
he's
in
put
Raiders
out.
of the...
He's always put out, but he's put out by the situation. He's not put out by the people in it.
Even in Raiders of the Lost Ark, there is that period of time where he thinks that Marion is dead after he sees he's shooting at the truck and it explodes. And instead of him, tying a bandana on his head and going around punching every Nazi in town, he goes to a bar and gets super drunk and is just sad about it. He's just really upset. And then when Belloc confronts him there, he's basically like, he grabs Belloc and the bodyguards are pointing their guns at him and he's like, let's just go out together. He's like, let's both die. I don't get, like... He when bad things happen to him, he just gets depressed and doesn't go on a killing spree, which is somehow more relatable. Depression instead of bloodlust.
Well, I think that just, for all the hard shell and curmudgeonly, theatrics that Harrison Ford puts on, I think he's kind of a romantic. I think that I think that is at the heart of what we love about him.
Dude, I mean, surely he was in college for some other thing, but he took an acting class because he wanted to meet women.
Wait, was he in college for poetry? Was he roommates with Tommy Lee Jones?
No, that was Al Gore, who does not have nearly as much charisma as Harrison
Wait,
Ford
was
does.
Al Gore the one that said that he didn't want to give notes on Tommy Lee Jones's poetry?
That was probably it. He was so scared. He went and invented the internet instead, so he would have an excuse to not give him notes on his poetry. No, but I mean, I think Harrison Ford is a romantic, and also I think Harrison Ford also has a certain aw shucks demeanor that he could be Harrison Ford at like 19 years old and be like, I'm probably not going to meet women on my own just looking like this. I guess I've got to go take an acting class. That's the only way I'll find women.
Oh my god. You want to play the trailer game?
Yes, I would also like to see a movie where Harrison Ford and Olivia Colman crash land on an island together. I think that would rock.
I would watch that, and I wouldn't even mind the age gap.
No, I wouldn't either.
Okay, I've got 3 surefire things. I feel like I know this trailer better than any other trailer we've played.
Wow, confidence early on coming from you. All right, what do we got?
Okay, David Schwimmer, 6 Days, 7 Nights. It's Leo pointing at the TV. They said the name of the movie.
Okay. You think that the movie is going to feel pressure to explain why it's called 6 Days, 7 Nights?
I think you have to set up why is Anne Heche on an island with Harrison Ford? The plane has gone awry from a tropical vacation. That way it sets up the differences between their personalities, because they're going to bank this on it being an odd couple situation.
I am not super confident. I'll buy that we get him talking about the vacation. Somehow I feel like this trailer would not be so crass as to actually have a character say the name of the movie in the trailer. But you know what? I'm going to trust you on this one.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you this, and I might be wrong. Or you might be wrong. That's the fun of the game.
I've got 2 more surefire ones, but I'll give you next blow.
So I feel like we're going to get... I think we're going to get Snake in the Pants. I'm sorry. Yep. I know that I've made guesses about horny stuff happening in trailers before, but I think it's going to be just... There's a snake down my pants, him rummaging, and then throwing the thing away, and, like, there's no pirates.
It's an easy, peril, light peril.
Yes. Diet peril, just 1 calorie. Snake pants.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got 2 very specific lines instead of scenes.
Okay. What do you got?
I want my $700 back. 1, 2, 3, rip $100 bill in half. There's $350. I think I got you halfway there.
Okay. That would require us to also then set up the $700. Like, what if instead it's like, I've flown with you twice and you crashed half the times?
Okay, that's also a damn good contender.
I think that one requires less setup to land.
Okay, yeah. All right. I'll concede mine and go with yours.
Okay, brief digression.
Yeah.
2 different movies from the late 90s where an A-list movie star who got really big in the 80s tears a $100 bill in half. 6 Days, 7 Nights, Eyes Wide Shut. Kind of weird that it happened twice.
I'm sure it happened even more than that.
How many $100 bill getting torn in half scenes could there possibly be in a given time period? Fair. I can't even picture another movie that's happened within the 24 years since then.
Here's the other big line I have.
Okay.
Just to give you context, they're on top of the mountain. They realize, the beacon's not here, and it's not the island that they thought it was. And she goes, well, then what is on this island? And he says, us.
That's a good line. It's a good bit. Yeah, no, I think that's in there. Look, my guess, obviously we've got to get pirates in the trailer. Like,
I don't think so.
Nope. I do think so, Landon.
You do? All right.
Look. What have we learned? If we've learned one thing, it's that if a movie has any amount of shooting in it, they're going to put it in a trailer. Remember, I've been beating this drum for a minute. The trailer for The Butler had an entire gunfight in it that is not present in the final cut of the movie. If there's guns, they're going to show it. And also, I'm kind of cheating because I feel like I remember from the ad campaign there being pirate content. So, I don't know if it's the pirates shooting at them as they jump out of the raft and the bullets puncturing the raft, or if it's like them fighting the pirates or getting the guns pointed at them.
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be shooting the captain of the ship, because that's that's pretty hardcore for a trailer.
Yeah, it's so hardcore that your young mind blocked it out completely. I feel like, I don't know, I think it's going to be them held up at gunpoint, like just guns pointed to their heads, and then that'll probably set up some later stuff of them like running down the hill being chased by the pirates and jumping off the cliff. That's a thing that goes in a trailer.
Oh yeah, the cliff jump is good. Yeah, and I would also say, like, then you'd have to include the binocular scene where they see them for the first time.
Yeah. I mean, true. Yeah, so is the safest bet then binocular pirates? Like, they look through the thing and it's just, like, pirates with guns? And because he looks through the thing, he sees them, and then he says, pirates! So...
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say
like,
binocular.
are pirates? Oh, yeah, and then you get her comedic line there.
Yes, exactly. Pirates, like, are? All right. So that takes
What's
us
that
to
bring
5.
us to?
That brings us to 5.
Okay.
So we're at the number of guesses that when we conceived of the game in the first place, said we would do. So now we are honor bound to exceed that by like 40%.
We got to get some plane action in there. So,
Yeah.
like, is it too obvious to state just the like stormy weather lightning effect shots, or do we get a shot of her loopy on the plane?
Plane flying like through the storm directly into the camera. A shot I remember very well because we cut from that back to Schwimmer dancing and eating his pineapple and getting horned up. So I think, yeah, storm plane into camera.
And then do we have anything with the SOS search party at all with David Schwimmer? What's David Schwimmer doing in the meantime?
David Schwimmer's barely like the search party's barely in the movie. I don't think there's anything they can set up with David Schwimmer in the trailer, like unless we get a shot of David Schwimmer looking at Angelina or Angelica or whatever in her underwear. But I don't know if I've bet on trailers getting horny before, and this is a Buena Vista release, so I don't know if they're gonna go with that in the trailer.
Okay, all right, yeah. I don't feel strongly enough about it to wager points on it.
You don't feel strongly enough about David Schwimmer to make a commitment. You are just like Anne Heche in this movie.
Should we watch this thing?
Let's watch this thing and find out just how wrong we actually were. Oh, flickering touchstone logo. Wow.
Ready to go.
Propellers right out the gate.
It is with me.
Well, you're that good, huh?
I'm the best you've ever been with.
Ooh.
I'm not sure I trust your equipment.
This is a
We may
little
be old,
sexy.
but we're sturdy. What kind of work you
Leading
doing?
with Ivan
I can
right.
get innuendo in a trailer.
10 ways to light his fire. You know how a woman gets a man excited?
Oh my god.
How?
She shows up.
This is they're leading with Battle of the Sexes stuff.
Two strangers
They
on
have
a
just
flight
cut
to
David
Tahiti
Schwimmer out of this entirely.
are about to make an unscheduled stop.
Whoa. Plane crash? Oh, right into the camera.
Right in the Okay, you got one.
Whoa! Can we reattach it somehow?
Oh, sure. We'll, like, glue it back on.
So how do we
Oh,
find?
Up
We're gonna
swim.
fly over the water and look out the window.
It's a boat.
Interesting. What was that, Truman?
That was Schwimmer. Okay,
If you were
pirates.
a pilot, we wouldn't
Okay, you got
be
pirates
on
and
this
binoculars. There
island.
were binoculars there.
Ah, I've flown with you twice. You've crashed half the time.
Oh, crash
yeah.
half the times.
Hell yeah.
I just want one damn thing to go
So
right.
much
the
pirate
most
stuff.
romantic vacations.
I need you to be my confident captain.
That's my job.
Oh my god. Makes him look
Are
like
the
John
ones
Rambo.
You don't plan.
Don't worry. Woody is going to take good care of your girlfriend.
Oh man.
What do you mean
Interesting.
by that? I'm sorry.
Cliff. Here it comes.
Oh my god, we didn't write down Cliff. We wrote down Snake
Didn't we? I
Pants.
thought we did.
Harrison Ford.
I really liked kissing you.
And Heche.
If I start, I'm not gonna be able to stop.
This trailer's pretty good.
Good.
Doesn't it?
David Schwimmer.
Do you want to stay here tonight?
Oh my god.
No,
Underwear.
you know, if we'll...
Do not.
Boobs.
Do
Oh
not.
my god. Oh,
What?
man?
Why
It
did
ends
it
on
back?
boobs?
Some sort
Oh.
of creature has just swum up my pants.
Snake Pants.
Bad.
Find adventure
Snake Pants.
in the most
That's
remote
bad.
place known to man.
Better not catch you smiling.
Snake Pants.
Okay.
A
Wow.
triumphant ending on Snake
That-
Pants.
Oh boy. I thought you had put the cliff dive in there, so I have no idea how we did on that trailer. I know we got some.
We got 3 out of 6. I'm sorry. I think we were talking about the cliff dive in the context of being chased by pirates, and was it going to be pirates chasing them down the? We wound up saying binocular pirates,
which we do get binoculars during them identifying pirates.
I think that binocular pirates we got binocular pirates. Okay. So first off, great trailer. Love that trailer. It sets up the premise of the movie, and it sets up the imaginary idea of what this movie should have been. It sets up the movie that I was expecting to get, and this movie falls so far short of this trailer.
Dude, you know what should have happened? This is, of course, right at the very end, my Monday morning writer's room brain kicks in. They should have been shot down by pirates.
Look, I was assuming from minute 1, like when David Schwimmer is like, bring the doll with you to dinner, I'm like, her boyfriend is like smuggling drugs, and there's cocaine in the doll, and the pirates get involved because of that. Like, yes, the pirates should have
been there from the beginning.
The pirates should have had an antagonist with a name leading them who had an objective. They shouldn't have just been
Hans Gruber.
Yes, exactly. He fell off of the building and into the water and went on vacation. There are so many pirates in this trailer. You can understand how I was misled. The trailer is like half pirates blowing stuff up.
The kind of problematic thing about it though is a lot of pirates in the trailer. I didn't see a single one of their faces.
No, the pirates are just a boat that shoots a howitzer at people. Yeah, faceless pirates. Okay,
what else did we get and didn't get?
We do not get Schwimmer saying the title of the movie.
Yeah.
They just cut straight to the chase. We get Snake Pants ending.
We do.
on so much Snake Pants. You crashed half the times we've flown. We get that line. Cha-ching.
Very good.
What is on this island? Us. We do not get that line.
Man.
Unfortunate.
I was so confident going into this. I felt like I could have flown a plane into a storm.
Harrison Ford was also that confident. I hope I wouldn't be on the plane with you. We'd have to fall in love then. But yeah, them with binoculars reacting to the pirates, got that. Mm-hmm. And then the plane flying through the storm directly into the camera.
Yep.
Got that too. So we did remarkably well. Out of 6, we got 4. So,
but of the ones we missed were the ones I was most confident in. So.
Well,
take that into account.
Well, yeah, that's a personal loss for you, but the ones that I guessed actually made it in. So I'm feeling great, and I don't know why you've got to bring down this huge moment for me.
I thought we agreed from the beginning we weren't going to compete on this.
Look, Landons are from Mars, Trumans are from Venus. There's just, can we get by in society together? Who can really say? Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Great trailer.
Is there anything else, any other days or nights we want to add to the conversation about 6 days, 7 nights?
No, I wish that I could have added an extra night to the movie so it would just fully deliver on the title that they gave us, but then that would have extended the runtime, and I wouldn't have liked that.
All right, well then I guess there's only one thing left to do, which is to see where in time and space the machine is sending us to next.
Well, I sure hope lightning hasn't struck this piece of technology. Okay, well, it looks like next we're flying straight to March 2nd, 2001.
Okay, it says here, Viaja a México para recuperar una película sobre un arma.
Oh, interesting. I have no idea what that means, but I think our friend Don Juan could probably translate it for us.
Oh no!
So I'm gonna spend the next week trying to find him. Do some IP searches on whoever's searching the most porn in the galaxy, and we can have him translate this, and then know where we're going next.
Don Juan de Marco Dos.
Oh my God! Yeah. What's Spanish for electric boogaloo?
Oh, God. Well, until next week when we apparently are going to Mexico, for Truman Caps, I have been Landon Solano.
And for Landon Solano, yo soy Truman Caps. Have a great week.
Goodbye.
Movie Memory Machine is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/gruntworkpodcast to keep the machine running. Theme song by Porky's Groove Machine. Rate us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. For more information on today's show, visit MovieMemoryMachine.com.